This week, the Commissioners Court set on their agenda the continued employment of our Harris County Public Defender, Alex Bunin. And I know, Doug, you were there speaking. There was a big turnout from the defense bar in support of Alex. There were over, 40 lawyers, I think?
Yeah, there were more than that, but we couldn't keep count because the Commissioners Court was full.
Yeah, and so the essence of this is there were some names of some juveniles that were released as part of the bail reform lawsuit to the media. As I understand it, there was a person who was working within or given office space within the PD's office, working for an organization that was kind of helping out with the lawsuit, I understand.
Right. There were really a number of issues.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of background that spurned these issues. One is Alex Bunin's involvement with the federal lawsuit against the money-based bail system. Two is Alex Bunin had publicly embarrassed a juvenile judge with a recusal that was successful.
Judge Phillips.
And that spurned through an investigator doing a Public Information Act request, getting Alex Bunin's emails. Bunin, being totally transparent, did not try to delay or fight that, fully disclosed everything, didn't have anything to hide. And on the basis of those emails were forwarded from, I believe, an old retired investigator, Kenny Rogers, and sent to the county attorney's office.
The gambler?
I'm sorry?
Kenny Rogers, the gambler?
Yeah, no, not the gambler. The investigator.
All right.
So they sent a letter to Alex asking for explanation about, one, aiding the litigants in the bail lawsuit, two, providing or disclosing the names of defendants of juveniles, and three, also bestowing a benefit on this individual that had utilized office space within their office. And Alex had responded with, number one, all the information we provided the litigants. I provided, sworn statements both in favor and of the plaintiffs and the defendants. And really the judge in that case had sided with Alex on those issues. So there's nothing confidential or disclosing. It just didn't show that he was loyal to the Harris County Commissioners, because as a public defender, there's some inherent tension there. He has an obligation, number one, to his employer, but he also has an obligation and duty and an oath to represent these indigent defendants. And that's what he was doing. Two, as it relates to the juveniles, the public defender is not subject to the disclosure as the statute requires. And then three, he's allowed to utilize those defendants' names and providing those when they're doing it for statistical information, trying to determine if the juvenile system was discriminating against black people. And that was the basis for it. And then there became a big brouhaha about, why did you disclose that? Is that illegal? The county attorney had recognized they had not done an investigation, but yet on the very agenda they were there to determine whether or not they terminate him.
Yeah. Alex has been on this show a couple times. He's been gracious to come on here and spend some time with us talking about things. I mean, universally, he is probably, if not one of the most respected public defender in the nation. I mean, he was sought out to come here and set this up and has done a marvelous job by all accounts. And I think everybody on both sides of the bar agree that he's set up a first-class public defender's office here in Harris County.
And he's won an award for it.
Right.
A national award recognizing his accomplishments.
And so I know you spoke on behalf of the Harris County Criminal Lawyers Association.
I did not get to speak. We ran out of time.
I thought you did get to speak. You were scheduled to speak.
I was scheduled to speak.
See, I only got to watch the live feed for a little bit, then I had to go to a meeting. So I saw you standing behind Nicole. I was ready to speak.
So Nicole DeBoard spoke. Right. She did eloquently. Then Max Seacrest spoke. He did very well.
Tell how all these people are related in terms of what organizations are from.
Nicole DeBoard is a former president of HCCLA. She also is on the NACDL board. And
TCDLA.
She spoke. Pardon me?
TCDLA.
TCDLA. Then we have David Gerger spoke on behalf of NACDL Strike Force. National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. And then we had David Moore, the president of the Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers, and they all came in, and they all made very, very good points. So all the points were made. And probably the best quote of the entire time was, and there was this back and forth dialogue about from Commissioner Cagle, are you old school? And he kept repeating that to every speaker, are you old school? And then he would press them if they didn't answer it. And David Moore was like, well, I'd like to think I'm old school. However, if I'm old school, I'd be drinking from segregated waters. And that is essentially what the bail lawsuit was about. And that is exactly what the disclosure of the names of the defendants. It's not like they were publicly disclosed, but they were disclosed to a coalition that utilized the data to determine if these blacks were being discriminated against in the juvenile system.